ओम नमः शिवाय। ये एग्रोनॉमी चैप्टर 3 है, ओके, और लेक्चर नंबर 6 है और पेज 43 टू 49 है, ओके। तो एग्रोनॉमी का आज हम यूनिट 1 टू यूनिट 3 तक पढ़ेंगे, ठीक है। तो चलो हम स्टार्ट करते हैं। द टर्म डिराइव फ्रॉम टू ग्रीक वर्ड्स, एग्रोज मीन्स फील्ड, नोमोस मतलब टू मैनेज. Definition can be defined as the branch of agricultural science that deals with methods which provide favorable environment to the crop for higher productivity. अब ऐसी बात है, एग्रीकल्चरल साइंस का ये ब्रांच है जिसमें हम उस चीज़ की स्टडी करते हैं जिसमें एनवायरनमेंट कैसा हो, फेवरेबल हो. और क्यों? क्योंकि हमको क्रॉप का हायर प्रोडक्टिविटी चाहिए. इंडियन एग्रीकल्चर इज प्रीडोमिनेंटली ऑफ द सबस्टिनेंस टाइप, मतलब ग्रो किए, खा लिए, ऐसा टाइप का. पीटर डी क्रिश्चियन जी 1230 से 1307 एडी collected many literatures related to agronomy in his book Opus Ruralium Camodarum. For the first time, he is known as the father of agronomy. Van Helmont 1577 से 1644 AD concluded that the main principle of vegetation is water. Jethro Tull 1674 से 1741 AD published a book Horse Going Husbandry, and the words weeds and zero tillage were firstly given by him. He is known as the father of wheat science. Arthur Young 1741 से 1820 AD conducted pot culture experiments to increase the yield of crops by applying several materials like poultry, dung, litter, gunpowder, etc. Published his work in 46 volumes as Annals of Agriculture. A truly scientific approach to farming was started in 1840 by Justus von Liebig. Liebig लॉ ऑफ लिमिटिंग फैक्टर ऐसे कुछ था ना, लॉ ऑफ मिनिमम. हाँ, लिमिटिंग फैक्टर नहीं, वो था कोई और था, ब्लैक मैन ऐसे कुछ नाम है. और लाइबिग था लॉ ऑफ मिनिमम. ये एक के भी था, वो रेट डिटरमाइनिंग स्टेप हो जाता है, मतलब मैक्रोन्यूट्रिएंट हो जाता है या न्यूट्रिएंट हो जाता है. इंपॉर्टेंट कंसेप्ट लीफ एरिया इंडेक्स इक्वल टू होता है. कंसेप्ट वाज डेवलप्ड बाय वाटसन 1948. LAI लीफ एरिया इंडेक्स. टोटल एरिया लीफ एरिया मीटर स्क्वायर बाय ग्राउंड एरिया मीटर स्क्वायर. लैंड इक्विवेलेंट रेशियो LER. It means the relative land area occupied by a sole crop that is required to produce the yield achieved in intercropping LER. Yield of intercropping A plus B, yield of sole crop A. तो A sole crop है और B intercrop है, तो when LER more than 1, intercropping is beneficial. Example LER 1.10 means mixture gives 10% more yield होती है LER. And crop intensity total cropping area by net cultivated area CI into 100. Cropping intensity of India is nearly 135%. Crop rotation. In crop rotation, land is fixed, but crop is rotated year after year on same land. In crop rotation, land is fixed, but crop is rotated year after year on same land. That is, after cultivation of cereals, should be taken pulse crop in next year. सीधी बात है. It maintains and improves the soil fertility. बिल्कुल. वो अगर पल्स लगा दोगे तो it checks the soil erosion and conserve moisture. The incidence of harmful pathogens, insect pests, nematodes and weeds which are associated with particular crop can be managed. Crop rotation intensity क्या होता है? Number of crops in crop rotation by number of years in crop rotation. मतलब कितने ईयर में तुम क्रॉप रोटेट करते हो, मतलब दूसरा क्रॉप लेते हो इंटू 100. क्रॉप रोटेशन एक ईयर में, तो एक राइस पी तो 200% सिंपल है, एक यहाँ रखोगे, दो यहाँ रखोगे. क्रॉप रोटेशन फॉर 2 years तो 2 यहाँ रखोगे, 1 2 3 3 यहाँ रखोगे. तो ग्राउंड मतलब यहाँ पर हेक्टेयर में रखते हैं, मतलब हेक्टेयर में रखते हैं, मतलब 1 ईयर और यहाँ पर वो मतलब क्या बोलते हैं उसको, क्रॉप रखते हैं. तो राइस पी दो यहाँ रख देंगे और एक साल में यहाँ रख देंगे. 3 साल है तो 3 नीचे रख देंगे. पैडी पोटैटो शुगर केन अरहर व्हीट 166%. क्रॉपिंग सिस्टम इट रेफर्स टू द क्रॉपिंग पैटर्न यूज्ड on a farm and their interaction with farm resources, associated farm enterprises and the available component technology. Harvesting index. The efficient utilization or assimilation of CO2 in the form of photosynthesis is expressed in terms of harvest index HI. It is also called coefficient of effectiveness HI. Economic yield grain, biological yield grain plus straw into 100. HI is similar to partitioning coefficient. Coefficient of effectiveness. C is equal to coefficient of effectiveness is equal to sink by source into 100. Source parts of plant where photosynthesis occurs generally leaves. Sink where photosynthesis accumulates. Generally grain is the sink but may be exception. Stem in potato, roots in sugar beet and leaves in पालक is the sink. बिल्कुल. अब खाते तो पालक का क्या हो, वो लीव्स ही खाते हो ना, तो ऑब्वियसली वो सिंक होगा. sorghum sickness. The stubble of sorghum takes a long time to decompose due to white CN ratio. Hence, during the process of decomposition, soil nitrogen gets blocked or temporarily immobilized, affecting the growth of succeeding crop by showing early nitrogen deficiency symptoms due to wide CN ratio of sorghum residue. To reduce sorghum effect, 25% nitrogen, more nitrogen is applied at the time of first fertilizer dose of succeeding crop. Unit 2. In dryland agriculture means cultivation of crops entirely under rainfed condition. Dry farming, cultivation of crops in areas where annual rainfall is less than 750 mm. Crop failure due to prolonged dry spells during crop period is most common. Dry farming is practiced in arid regions with the help of moisture conservation practices. Alternate land use system is suggested in this region. बिल्कुल alternate land system use करते हैं. Dryland farming, cultivation crops in areas where annual rainfall is more than 750 mm but less than 1150 mm is the called dryland farming system. बिल्कुल, उससे ज़्यादा हो जाए तो wetland हो जाएगा. The soil moisture conservation measure is key for dryland farming practices in semi-arid region. Drainage facility may be required especially in black soils. चलेगा. Rain-fed farming, ज़्यादा हो जाएगा तो rain-fed होगा, wet नहीं. Means cultivation of crops in regions where annual rainfall is more than 1150 mm is the called rain-fed farming. This farming practice in humid regions. तो पहला constituents है, दूसरा ड्राईलैंड फार्मिंग और तीसरा रेनफेड फार्मिंग. रेनफॉल मिलीमीटर में अगर 800 से कम है तो ड्राईलैंड फार्मिंग, 800 से ज़्यादा है तो रेनफेड फार्मिंग. मॉइस्चर अवेलेबल टू क्रॉप, शॉर्टेज हो सकता है, पीईटी ज़्यादा हो जाएगा पी से, इनफ पीईटी इनफ और पीईटी ज़्यादा कम हो जाएगा पी से. ग्रोइंग सीजन 200 डेज से कम होना चाहिए, इसमें 200 डेज से ज़्यादा होना चाहिए. ग्रोइंग रीजन एरिड, सब एरिड एंड सब ह्यूमिड, ह्यूमिड एंड सब ह्यूमिड. क्रॉपिंग सिस्टम सिंगल और मिक्स्ड क्रॉपिंग, डबल और इंटरक्रॉपिंग. कंस्ट्रेंट्स वाइड एंड water erosion. Unit 3. Agroclimatic regional planning. Unit 3. It was initiated in 1988 by Planning Commission under the 7th 5-year plan. Regional planning was come into force on the basis of agroclimatic factors for balanced regional growth. Planning Commission, now नीति आयोग, Planning Commission कोई नाम चेंज कर दिया, नीति आयोग, is headed by Prime Minister of India. नीति आयोग, National Institute for Transforming India, 2015. Agroclimatic zones. Agroclimatic zones are classified on the basis of criteria of homogeneity in agro characteristics such as rainfall, temperature, soil, topography, water, resource and cropping system. According to the Planning Commission, India has been divided into 15 agroclimatic zones. According to NARPICR, India has divided into 131 agroclimatic zones. The Trans-Gangetic Plain Zone, it consists of Punjab, Haryana, Union Territories of Delhi and Chandigarh and Ganganagar district of Rajasthan. It has highest irrigated area, highest net sown area, high cropping intensity and high groundwater utilization. Agroecological region. Agroecological region is the land unit cut out of agroclimatic region when superimposed on landform and the kind of soils and soil conditions that act as modifiers to climate and length of growing period. According to NBSS and LUP, India has been divided into 21 agroecological zones. Now 20, मतलब एक हटा दिया. According to ICR, agroecological zones are divided into 8 zones. Drought, as is situation occurring in any area in a year when annual rainfall is less than 75% of normal is known as drought. Obviously 75% कम हो जाएगा, मतलब 33% पास होता है, 25% होगा तो भाई obviously बात है. When deficiency of rainfall is above 50% of normal is called severe drought. Oh bhai. Moisture availability index, it is the ratio between the rainfall weekly monthly at the 50% probability level to potential evapotranspiration of corresponding period. MEI, rainfall at 50% probability, PET, evapotranspiration ET. Soil moisture is most limiting factor in dryland agriculture. बिल्कुल. About 60 to 70% of rainfall is lost through evaporation. The evaporation transpiration is the evaporation from the soil surface and transpiration from the plant surface. ET losses can be reduced by the use of mulches, anti-transparents and windbreaks. Anti-transparent. Materials are applied to plant surface to reduce transpiration from the plant. Anti-transparency, reduce photosynthesis. Hence, their use should be limited to save the crop from death under severe moisture stress. They have some practical use in nurseries and horticultural crops. Anti-transparents are mainly 4 types. Stomata closing type. They reduce water loss through closing stomata. Phenyl mercuric acetate O3 PMA at the rate of 10⁻⁴. Atrazine and CO2 are also act as effective anti-transparent. Film forming checks transpiration loss of water due to formation of thin film, which acts as physical barrier. Mobile leaf, mobi leaf, hexadecanol silicone oils waxes. Reflecting type. Okay. These chemicals reflect the radiation and reduce leaf temperature. Application of kaolin at the rate of 5% reduces transpiration losses. Growth retardants. These chemicals reduce shoot growth and increase root growth and thus enable the plants to resist drought. They also induce stomata closing, cycocene, CCCC. Wind breaks and shelter belts. Wind breaks are such structures which break the wind flow and reduce wind speed, while shelter beds are rows of trees or shrubs planted across the wind direction for protection of crop against wind. Wind break and shelter belt provides the protective shelter against desiccating winds to the extent of 5 से 10 times the height of tall trees or wind side and up to 30 times on lee water. And agroforestry is the sustainable and land management system which increases the use of land, combines the production of crops, fruits, forest plants or animals. It is also known as tree cropping planting. Component of agroforestry: agri-silviculture. The growing of agricultural crops along with forest trees is known as agri-silviculture. Agriculture crops plus forest crop silviculture कहते हैं. Okay. Silvopastoral system. Forests are managed for the production of wood as well as for rearing of domesticated animals. Silviculture plus pasture management. Agro-silvopastoral system. Agriculture plus forest plus pasture management. Agricultural horticulture silviculture system. Agriculture crop plus horticulture plus silviculture. Aquaculture system. Agriculture, forest और fish production. तो ये यहाँ से हमारा हो गया. हम नेक्स्ट डे पढ़ेंगे यूनिट 4. Thank you.